All right, I've got Alan here, and Alan is with Smithson and Martin. And Alan, what have you got?
All right,
what's new this year?
We've got some really cool things for you. We've got the KS, the Control Surface 1974. It's called that because we made it look old school. We built it like an old school mixer. It is built like a tank. It's a multi-touch MIDI controller, but we put some old school look to it. Everything's hardwired in like the old school mixers. We just made it look.
Okay.
We just made it look beautiful, clean, sleek. But
it looks solid.
It is very solid. It's heavy. It's 18 pounds, but it works flawlessly. So multi-touch. So you got 4 points of touch. You can do anything you want with it. You can do anything you want with your software. Right now this one is a layout for Tractor, but you can use it with any software you want. So our software powers this hardware, and this hardware is flawless. So that's why we put it together. You can buy other touchscreens. You can use our software with any touchscreen you want. This particular one is flawless, and that's why we decided to sell it. So moving on from the hardware, the backbone of everything is our software. Emulator software comes in a box. You can also download it online. It's $4.99. You can buy an annual license of $1.99.
Now the software, you buy the software and the hardware separately, correct?
Our hardware comes with it.
Oh, okay.
Comes with the software. Comes with a UDG bag, custom UDG wheelie bag.
All right.
You can carry it on a plane. It's absolutely perfect. The software comes either alone, so you can use your own touchscreen, or you can use it with ours.
Okay.
The reason we did that is because not everybody can afford, a really, really expensive touchscreen. There are more expensive ones. There's less expensive ones.
Wonderful.
You can get all-in-one computers. You can use this. So for starting out, it gives everybody a price point they can start with.
But that's wonderful that it's open. You're not limited to just your hardware. It's a great piece of hardware, but
let's let everybody enjoy
if you've already got your own touchscreen, go with software.
So
all
now,
right, moving on.
Software, modular. This is beta 4. It was just released last night at midnight, and you start with a blank screen. I'm just going to show you quickly. Underneath is. I'm glad I did that. Tractor's sitting underneath.
All right.
So I'll grab whatever. We'll grab a couple tracks, demo tracks, Tech House 1 and Tech House 2. There you go. So there's your tracks. We'll go over to. You see, it's not there. So ours is a multi-touch software on top of Tractor, and we'll hit the transparency button here. Now you can see what you're working with underneath.
Okay.
So having done that, I want to be able to see the waveform all the time. So I'm going to cut a shape. In that shape, I'm going to make. I'm going to make a hole, and then I'm going to float that, and floating that puts it on all the different pages. Okay? So then I'm going to copy that, paste it, put that over there. It's hard to do with this thing open. Give me a second here. Okay, then I'm going to float that as well, and now I'm going to highlight both and hit this. This is the key right here, subtract. So rather than having something like TouchOSC where you have an iPad where you have to look down at your iPad and then translate that to what's happening on the computer, you actually can see whatever's happening on the computer just by hitting that button.
So you're in essence taking away everything but what you put the window around, and that's going to show up on your touchscreen, as opposed to TouchOSC or somebody else where you kind of have to think about what it actually translates to on the actual interface you're used to.
And you can interact through the software. So right now I'm not touching anything to do with Tractor. I can interact with this, touch it, feel it, whatever, manipulate it. Okay, so now, once you've got that, you want to make a button. All right. Neil. What is it?
Neil Bufkin, BUFKIN.com.
There you go. The neilbufkin.com button. We're going to make it red.
See that?
And
fantastic.
There you go. And now we've got a button, Neil Bufkin button.
Wonderful.
And then we can MIDI map that to do whatever we want. We can copy it. Oops, sorry. Delete. I need to do this. Copy, paste. Put it over here.
And anything we do in the software is going to show up on your hardware or whatever touchscreen. Okay.
Yeah, it's just the touchscreen is just a copy of your computer screen. So now, let's say for example, we'll put a slider in there. Yeah, we'll put some volume knobs. Oops. And we'll put 2 of those because you need one in right. Okay. Then we're going to put knobs. Put 2 or 3 of those. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to copy those, paste them, move them over here.
So my initial takeaway from this is, let's say you're used to a program, you like their interface, you like their GUI, but if
you want to change something,
if you wanted to customize it your way, you can have both, right?
Yes.
You can have the best of their GUI and whatever GUI you envision.
Absolutely. Now watch this. This is the powerful part of our program too. If you use the float feature, now all those buttons are floated to different pages. See? So now, if I change this one and I put it at 0, and I'll put them all at 0 here on the left, and all top on the right, and now every page I go to, they're like that.
It's not sending a new control message.
Exactly.
All right.
So if I put the volume up, let's say for example, I click on this button, and I go float, and now the volume will be on every page.
All right.
Now, the difference between float and copy, say I take this button here and I copy it, I can still copy it over to a different page. So now it's on this page, but if I put it up, if you go back to page 1, it doesn't change it.
Okay.
Okay?
I got it.
So copy to and float are two different things. And the other cool thing is you can actually use images as your button. I think, oh, I'm hitting the wrong button, there we go. So I can, let's do that. So I can grab that and I can put that as a button.
So any image you want can become a button.
That's a button now.
That's wonderful.
And you MIDI map it.
So is this going to be cross-platform, Windows and Mac?
Right now we're actually working with, this is working with Windows 8.
Okay.
So Windows 8 hasn't been released yet. It works with Windows 7 now. Works with Windows 8, obviously.
Right.
And we're making it work for OS X as well.
But OS X will be coming.
It is coming. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Wonderful.
And then, I mean, that's pretty much it. You can make it however you want. You want to put a, let's put something cool here. We'll put a little XY pad in there.
So I'll say, I mean, initially, whenever I first walked up, I was thinking, okay, why this? Because I have an iPad. Why not Touch OSC or whatever? But to me, these windows really make the difference. You can really include what's in the original GUI and touch it and interact with it, and not have to mentally translate that.
Absolutely.
That's huge.
That's what Emulator differentiates between Touch OSC, between anything. Emulator gives you the ability to utilize the strengths of the current software that you're using, whether it be Ableton or somebody's making a layout for Grand MA, which I think is pretty cool. So they're programming lighting on Grand MA and then putting a touchscreen that puts things in there. You can use FL Studio.
Whatever you're into.
Whatever, lighting, software, video editing, anything. DJ software. We're DJs, so we make DJ layouts. But
well, wonderful. Alan, I appreciate your time.
My pleasure.
Y'all have a great show.
Awesome.
That's
Emulator Modular, and it's available at the end of this week. We're launching it at the end of NAMM show.
Wonderful.
So it'll be available online or in stores.
Great. Thank you very much.